And then we're ready for Mike. Come on down. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. I'll take these. You guys can come together, hold hands. Perfect. All right. You two ready?
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well, Hadden and Eugene, welcome. Today is a celebration of love, of commitment, of friendship, of family, and of two people who are in it forever. Those of you who are joining these two today, we thank you for coming, especially those of you who are waking up on the other side of the world to join us today. A marriage is only as strong as the people you surround yourself with, and today on their special day, they surround themselves with you. That says a lot about who you are to them as a couple. Today we have come together, friends and family, to witness Hadden and Eugene as they exchange their vows of marriage. We share with them their delight in finding love with each other and support their decision to be together from now until the end of time. As this couple enters into marriage, they do so with thought and reverence. They give thanks for the past, which brought them to this place, and look forward with hope to what the future will bring. Now, you two, I'd say that since you've both shown up here today, it's a safe bet you still want to get married. However, I still must ask, have you both come here freely and without reservation, prepared to give yourselves to each other in marriage?
Yes.
Perfect. Friends and family, gathering here today is our way of celebrating and supporting this couple as they commit to each other from this moment forth. And while the path forward leaves an endless amount of possibilities, what is forever set in stone is our past. Thus, I'd like to take a few minutes and review the past and share with you exactly how we ended up standing here today. So, how did it all begin? Well, quite thankfully, by just living life. Let's take you back to the summer of 2014 at Auburn University. You see, Eugene had been to the rec center on campus before, but when he walked in this time, little did he know that his world would be forever changed. You see, for the woman who was renting him a basketball that day happened to be the most beautiful woman he had ever seen. The physical attraction was instant. Then on for the longest time, he would come in, he would chat, and he would flirt, but she wasn't having it. Finally, after what felt like forever, and perhaps even after allegedly stalking her to China, she agreed to a date. So she shows up with a bottle of wine at his place, which, don't worry, they had mutual friends, so she wasn't worried he was going to kidnap her, and begin to get to know each other before heading out. This was also a good thing because if you know anything about Eugene, he's a sweater, and he was so nervous he had already had to change shirts. After the wine, they head out to grab some sushi. Now, regardless of what they talked about the most, they remember how they felt. They both walked away that night wanting to know more about each other and were comfortable enough with one another to embark on a 3-day journey to Georgia a short time later. It was on that journey where they were open, they were honest, they were vulnerable, they were emotional, they were themselves. And after that, they've been inseparable since. Time then moved on. Month after month, year after year, their hearts drew closer. They laughed all the time, they loved being around each other, and they couldn't remember a time prior feeling more whole than they did when they were with one another. Finally, Eugene realized that it was time to change things forever. So on a random whim, as Eugene does, he wanted to take a spontaneous 15-hour road trip to LA to see his mother and friends. Now, Eugene knew he was going to propose carrying around the ring with him, he just didn't know when. So on one of the days there, they went to go scout out a location at the beach. When they start walking back to the car to grab more things, everything all of a sudden feels right. So he puts his arm around her, asks her if she's happy, to which she replies she's really happy. They share a kiss. Eugene then asks if he can make her a little happier and pulls out a blue box, drops to one knee, and she says yes. Like before he even has a chance to say anything or ask any questions, she says yes. And here we stand today. Now you two, as you know, you don't have to have a ceremony to have a marriage. A marriage starts long before a ceremony, and yet here we are. So why do we do this? We have thousands of important moments that happen throughout our lives, but this one is regarded as one so critical we acknowledge its special status by sharing it with others. And why this moment? Because despite all of our differences, love, your love for each other is what brings us together today. See, love doesn't care who we are, where we come from, or what we believe. True love finds a way to sift through the minutiae that doesn't matter in order to bring two people together, because love makes everything right. It fills voids in hearts and brings forth happiness where it may not have been before. That's why you both are standing here today, and that's why everybody has hopped on to join you today, because your love makes all of us genuinely happy. We've all loved in our lifetimes, but in this moment, your moment, we're reminded that the ability to love is the very best part of who we are. We're here to hope with you, to support you, to be proud of you, and to remind you that love isn't happily ever after. Love is the experience of writing your own story. And it's not one moment that creates that story, not even this moment, but every moment. Certainly big ones like walking into that rec center and seeing her behind the counter for the very first time. Flirting for all that time before getting that first date. Getting that last first kiss. Getting proposed to by your most perfect man in the most perfect way. And even standing here today. But the moments that add up to make for an incredible partnership, an incredible marriage, and an incredible life are the million little ones that come in between. Trying new recipes and making grandiose meals together, exploring and traveling with each other, getting outside with your four-legged child, hanging out home watching Bob's Burgers, waking up next to each other, getting a big hug when you get home from work. These are the million little moments that fuse together into one big experience. And even though this experience is so incredible, words fail us when we try and explain it, but that's just the way it is with love. It's meant to be felt, not described. Now, even though we are surrounded with these incredible feelings of love, the opportunity for a little fear can creep in. So what you must always remember is that when you love someone, you do not love them in exactly the same way from moment to moment. Such is an impossibility that even to pretend otherwise would be to lie. And yet, this is exactly what most of us demand. We have so little faith in the ebb and flow of life, of love, of relationships, that we leap at the slightest change of the tide. But the truth is, life is messy, but that's only because it's real. If ever the grass is greener elsewhere, it's one of three reasons. First, it is 100% fake, the end. Or two, because you've never seen it up close and personal. And the moment you do so, you would discover that it has just as many flaws as the next field and probably more than your own. However, the third reason is one that seems to be sadly more elusive than it should be, and that's because somebody is actually truly taking care of it with all of their heart. For an easy comparison, relationships to a garden. The only difference between a beautiful garden and a field of weeds is the time that we spend caring for it. Thus, in frustration, difficulty, and fear assail your relationship, as they threaten all relationships at some time or another, remember to care for it just a little bit more and focus on what is right between you, love. Now then, regardless of what I stand here and say today, ultimately it is your words, your intentions, and your vision that must define and shape this marriage. Therefore, I now call upon you to state the words that you have prepared for each other, starting with you, sir.
Hadden, I can't believe that you were about to take me to be your husband in a few minutes. I would have never dreamt this day would come. From the moment you said yes to a date with me, after all the no's, I knew we had something very special. We realized from the start that we could be ourselves in front of each other no matter what we were doing. It has been the happiest 3 years, 3 months, and 5 days with you, and I can't imagine a day not having you by my side to share all of what life has yet to offer us. We have been through a great deal together, from the highs to the lows, to the laughs to the cries. We always hug and kiss and come out stronger together. You continue to push me to be the best version of myself, even when I don't always want to be. Your patience with me is shocking. My family would agree. Thank you for loving me as much as you do. Your love seems to be as endless as the universe. I promise to continue to push you to be your best self. I promise to continue to love you for who you are and for who you are yet to become. I am excited to continue to build our future together. I promise to continue to always cook for you. You know, and now get an endless supply of omelets, quesadillas, tacos, and really anything else that you want. You are the tortilla to my taco, Hadden. I promise to always pursue you, to fight for you, to love you unconditionally and wholeheartedly for the rest of my life.
And Hadden.
Eugene. Yeah, too glad you flew. I cannot believe we are here. Who thought after 4 years of asking me out, I would finally say yes and we would be here today? I feel like you came all this way around the world just to be with me, and you waited patiently until I was ready. Throughout these past 3 years, you've brought a tremendous light into my life. You've helped me see myself better and grow into the person that I've always dreamt of becoming. I learned that your love knows no bounds and your heart is the most giving I've ever witnessed. In our life together, I promise to practice patience and compassion. I promise to encourage you every single day and help you become the man you're born to be. I promise to help you make all the tacos. Clean up all of our messes, laugh at all your jokes, and always encourage your spontaneity. I am beyond honored to be your wife.
Now then, your love and commitment to each other is usually done by the exchanging of a token. In this case, you've chosen rings. Do you have those rings today?
Yes.
Pull them on out. Well, Hadden and Eugene, today you're making promises to each other that you intend to keep. And there's a simple premise to each of these promises. You are vowing to be there. You've essentially teamed up and said to the other, every experience I'm going to have, I want you to be a part of. And these rings, well, before this moment, these rings were merely objects. But today, these objects become so much more than that. For today, these objects become symbols to both you and the world of the promise of commitment you're pledging to each other on this day. Therefore, Eugene, as you place the ring upon Hadden's finger, please repeat after me. I, Eugene,
Eugene,
give you this ring to wear with joy.
give you this ring to wear with joy.
As the ring has no end,
As the ring has no end,
neither shall my love for you.
neither shall my love for you.
I give you my heart
I give you my heart
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we shall both live.
That was right. And do you, Eugene, take Hadden to be your lawfully wedded wife, to share life openly in joy and in sorrow, in hardship and in ease, to cherish and love her forevermore, in sickness and in health for all the days of your life?
I do.
And Hadden, as you place the ring upon Eugene's finger, please repeat after me. I, Hadden,
I hadn't
give you this ring to wear with joy.
give you this ring to wear with joy.
As the ring has no end,
As the ring has no end,
neither shall my love for you.
neither shall my love for you.
I give you my heart
I give you my heart
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for as long as we both shall live.
for as long as we both shall live.
You place it on there. It's never going to come off. That's what we want.
It's gonna be on forever, yeah. That's good enough. Yeah.
It's just very hot.
Yep.
Oh my.
It's on there.
There we go.
Yeah,
There
perfect.
you go.
And Hadden, you take Eugene to be your lawfully wedded husband, to share life openly in joy and in sorrow, in hardship and in ease, to cherish and love him forevermore, in sickness and in health for all the days of his life.
I do.
Well then, Hadden and Eugene, before I pronounce you husband and wife, I have one more thing I want you to do. Your wedding day is one that seems to fly. It's a day filled with emotion, family rings, and celebration. However, many people remember just how fleeting their own wedding day was. So I want you to take a few seconds, continue to hold each other's hands. I want you to look around, look at each other, and I really want you to remember this moment. Remember the happiness that you're feeling in this place, in this moment, and let that feeling burn into both your heart and your mind. And as you look into your partner's eyes, feel the weight of their hands in yours. These are the hands that will hold you, protect you, and fight for you from now until forever. Hadden and Eugene, you have each chosen to be joined in marriage today. In my presence and the presence of your family and friends, you've exchanged vows and made promises. You've opened your hearts to one another and declared your love and friendship and have united yourself with the exchanging of rings. Therefore, it is both a privilege and an honor to now pronounce you husband and wife. Eugene, you know what to do. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce for the first time the newly united couple, Mr. and Mrs. Sherpaw.
Hi, everybody.
I need her.
You made it to the end.
Yeah.
We're not over. If you want.
All right, and if everybody's watching us right now, we're going to sign the marriage license here in a moment and have a toast. So if you're at home and you'd like to join them in on a toast, they invite you to grab a drink with them at the moment for that toast coming up. That's all right. I'm just playing this real quick. You're listed first, so you're going to sign on party 1 signature. Hadden, you're listed second, you're going to sign on party 2 signature. Okay, come on up. And as he's signing, you just have to smile like you're happy he's signing it, huh? And with that, it is official. So I'm going to move the license out of the way.
We did.
That's why we can't have nice things, Hadden.
I know. Yeah, I get you guys.
Let me know when
We're
I
still
can.
not gonna do anything.
Yeah. Well, that's so weird.
That's relaxing. 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
And drink water. Go ahead and stand next to him.
Cheers. Cheers, guys. We love you all. Thank you so much for watching us get married. Cheers. To us. My wife.
My husband?
Are we doing
I don't know. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Let's cut some cake. Should we cut some cake?
Yeah, let's do it.
You want to cut it, honey?
No, I think you should.
Oh my. Okay. Where do you want me to cut it?
Let's do the top. I'm just going to start.
I'll do that.
So?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You good? Hot.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. Oh, there's a bell.
Yes.
Up here.
Yes. You guys take it so
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
We promise family members will get a piece of this cake.
Are you going to give me a big piece?
Okay. This is good. Is that my cake?
Yeah. Okay. You're good.
So we say thank you.
That's it.
was here. You want to start? You sure?
Thank you, everyone, for joining us on our special day. I'm gonna get emotional.
We want to thank everybody from our family in Russia, to our friends and family in Europe, who are currently in Turkey, and some are in Belgium, and maybe Germany. And everybody here, our family and friends in California, my sister in Atlanta, our friends and family in Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi. I think we have friends in Texas who are watching. And we just really want to say thank you. Without you, I mean, this, I don't know.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. We love you so much.
And we can't wait to party with you later.
Yes, yes. Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.